Gentleman next to me is Greg Cesar. Hi Greg, welcome to London.
Pleasure, thank you. I love it here.
You've been here before then?
Second time.
Amazing.
And I absolutely love it.
Greg, you're going to go on stage in a few minutes, so we only have a very short view. Now I just saw you backstage doing this thing. Everyone knows what it is? It's a Rubik's Cube. Billions of possibilities.
Yep.
And you've shown us a few things. First of all, we messed it up and you did it, okay. But then you closed your eyes.
Yep.
You undid it and you did it again.
Yes.
And when you put it together, people think, well, why is Daniel telling me this? What's to do with internet marketing? You said, once you know
The
formula, you can do it with your eyes closed.
Eyes closed, absolutely.
And I think this is really, it just gave me one of these epiphany moments that I had this weekend. Once you know the formula, guys, you can do it with your eyes closed. Now, do you have a formula in internet marketing?
Absolutely. And you know, that's how I ended up figuring out how to solve the Rubik's Cube. My first cube I was in about the 7th grade. And I spent 20 years suffering under that darn thing. And finally, about a year ago, I said, you know, the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness came out, and Will Smith solved it. And I said, you know, there's a formula to that thing. I said, I use formulas in my business.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a formula to how do you solve the Rubik's Cube. Because if one person can do it, somebody else can do it as well. So I went out and did the research, and I found out what the formula was. And the thing is, you can solve, no matter how messed up that cube is, in 3 minutes you can
Sort
solve
it out.
it.
And wait a minute, important also, me who knows nothing about his cube, because I was messed up at 20 years, but I didn't do the last step, I didn't get the formula. You could teach me.
Absolutely.
How long would it take you? Would it take me as long as it took you to learn it?
The trick with your eyes closed, what that I just did, most people say, oh my God, his eyes closed, he messed it up and he fixed it. I could teach that to someone in probably 2 minutes.
Now that is less time than it took you to learn it. Now here is the secret, guys. Once you have the formula, it took you maybe years to work it out. You can teach people in a shorter time.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole idea. We learn things from experts, so we don't have to do all the learning. And this is time and money well spent.
Yeah, I spent probably $100,000+ learning and testing and mastering AdWords. So now when I teach it, I took all the things that I did wrong, all the money that I spent and lost, and say, that's gone. So now let me show you the right way.
So I don't have to make the mistakes you made?
No, you don't have to spend 2-3 years testing because I've already done that for you. So when you can get started, you can get started right away. And I teach a lot of in-depth things that a lot of gurus don't teach. And even folks who are in my last class know that when I teach something, I'm giving you stuff that you're not going to get anywhere.
So you're not holding anything back because you want a little advantage. You just say, look, here it is. That's all I know. Have it.
Absolutely. Anytime I've ever taught anything is I want you to walk away and say, oh my God. And that's what I want people to walk away with when they hear and see everything that I've ever taught.
Man, I look forward to your presentation very much. We've got a great crowd there. They're all waiting for you to learn the tips and tricks and secrets. And I think this is a great reminder for people. Something with billions of possibilities can be solved in a few minutes if you know how.
You know, think of...
That's clever. I love that.
Think of a cake, right? And the recipes for the cake.
I can think of a cake, all right.
I can think of a nice couple cakes myself right now, right? You're talking, you got eggs, you got water, you've got oil, you've got flour. You mix that, then you bake it. Right? That's the formula. What happens if you bake it first?
Won't work.
Same ingredients. Doesn't work.
True.
Right?
What if you put the wrong amount of ingredients in? Won't taste as good.
If you put too much oil, it doesn't work.
If you leave one out, won't taste good either.
Well, how about if you put it all together and you don't mix it and then you try to bake it? Cool. You're not going to get a cake.
So you say there's a recipe for most things, and business or success or AdWords is not an exception.
There's not an exception at all. As long as you know what that recipe is, what that formula is, it will work.
Why do you think a lot of people try to make it more complicated than it is, to try to mystify it for people? Because you are a guy who demystifies a complex subject and say, look, actually it's boom, 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 step by step. Why do you think there's just a lot of people out there who just can't get their head around it? Do you think there's people who make it complicated on purpose?
You know, I think a lot of the gurus that are out there won't tell you everything that there is to be told. And that's one of the things that I've learned. And that was when I was starting out, I was like, how do I get this to work? How do I get this to work? And the one thing that no one talked about was keywords. They talked about, oh, you set up your campaign, you do this. But reality is, a lot of it is the keywords. So I focused on how do you find the right keywords and how do you get your mind around the people who are searching, and then you set up your campaigns.
Keywords is just for people who are new to this. Keywords is the words and the terms you put into Google before you click search. And Google allows you to bid on those, which is the whole idea of AdWords. Isn't it?
Absolutely.
So you can literally have laser targeted traffic on exactly what people are looking for. And that is driving your success. Because if you have people looking and you are a result and they click, you know people look for you, you got what they want, You got a match, you got a sale, you got a customer.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And that's what a lot of the gurus weren't talking about.
They don't tell you how to find the right keywords.
No, they weren't. They were talking a lot about product and the mechanics. I mean, the mechanics are easy. Mechanics is how do you set it up.
Yeah.
But
Okay, you
it's
can
the
watch a Google video for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of the people who are the customers, people who are trying to make money online, I think in any business or any marketing thing, people think it has to be hard to work. You know, that's what, you know, a lot of you see big companies and big corporations and all the things that they do. But even big corporations, what they do is a lot of easy things that lead to a big thing.
Yeah.
So in business, and what I teach people is in the Adwords system, it's no different. Don't make it hard. And I think a lot of people get in their mind that if it's not hard, it's not going to work.
It can't be right, yeah. If it's easy, it can't.
Yeah, it can't work.
I get it.
You know,
Interesting.
and I had that same mentality. So I've been there, and there was one product that I was looking to launch a couple of years ago, and I said, you know what, this thing only cost me $150 to get developed.
How can it be good?
How can it be good?
Yeah,
So I never launched it. Well, let me give you the numbers. There's another company that launched the identical product, has 12,000 customers paying them $200 a month, selling the identical product that
you didn't do.
That I said was too easy. No one's going to want this thing. I only paid $200 to get it done.
So next time something like this comes around,
I've learned my lesson. No, I've learned the lesson. So yeah, it doesn't have to be hard for it to be good or for it to work. So
guys, I didn't think I would ever say that, but I want to kick him out now, getting on stage to learn all the rest from him. This is Greg Cesar and Daniel Wagner, Internet Success Bootcamp. Awesome stuff. We're learning formula, tricks, tips, shortcuts from the experts, and we're going to see a lot more of Greg in a minute.